It's not easy to give up pleasures, to give up time with friends, to give up all these different things that are exciting and are fun at the moment for something that you're hoping turns into your future, turns into something with purpose, turning into something with meaning, something that you'll take on for the rest of your life. This self improvement space, this path to purpose, it's so romanticized online. It's just, you get all these like videos on motivation where it's like, yeah, it's time to lock in. Yeah, I lock in. Like, I close myself from everyone else. And, I really say no. I know I can't spend time with friends right now. I just need to lock in. I just need to stay in my house and really lock in, create these videos, create this social media content, pour into my education, focus, just locking onto this business, do whatever it takes, and, just focus on purpose and push everything else aside because that's all that matters. And yeah, that's true. Like, sometimes you get those hits of motivation. Sometimes, that David Goggins video might really hit that one day. Maybe that, that one Instagram reel with a celebrity saying you're almost there. Maybe those videos, they feel good for a moment. But like, let's be real. It does not feel great most of the time. Focusing on your goals and just being so focused on purpose and just pushing everything else aside because nothing else matters as much as what you're trying to accomplish. Like half the time, I can assure you, it does not feel good. It is not the best feeling. It's not the best feeling to, feel so isolated a lot of the time, to feel like you're the only person really moving towards something in life. It's like you're doing the right thing, but it doesn't feel right. Like it's not easy, but it's necessary. It's necessary to drop things of your youth, drop things that they might be considered a part of the the young adult experience, the college experience, like all these things that are shown to us and are like, you have to experience this, like you're missing out if not. Like, FOMO never has felt so real with things like social media. It seems like every single place you turn, your friends are doing something, you're like people, the college that you thought you were gonna go to, like they're doing something. Everything on social media is just full of people our age doing these things that seem fun, they seem exciting, just seem like they're having the times of their lives. And maybe they are in that moment. Maybe they really are having so much fun, and they probably are. Like just be real, like they're probably having a lot of fun in a moment. And then you're just here at home, or you're here wherever you are in your college dorm or your apartment or wherever, and you're just really trying to lock in and you're focusing on your purpose. You're taking actionable steps, you're setting up habits, you're working on this 12-week year. Everything is so purpose driven, and it is absolutely amazing to know and like rest assured that you're doing that. But sometimes it sucks. Like just the feeling of it. Like can we just be real? Like I don't want to be one of those people that just talks like, oh, pure motivation, all discipline, and it's having discipline is real. Like you have to have discipline, but that doesn't, like, having discipline does not negate feelings as well. like like being honest, like I go to community college because I know I could save so much money instead of going to a 4-year university. I chose to go to community college. I'm, planning on going into social media marketing, and social media management. So, doing the marketing on social media with other companies. And that's the thing that I really excel at. Those are things that I love. And, I know I only need my associate's degree. I could save so much money. And, that's it. Like, I'm literally going to college and I'm not in debt at all. And I know for my 2 years I'm going to college, I'm not going to be in any debt. I'm going to walk away debt free. And I'm also doing online college because I know that gives me a lot more time to where I can be able to post content. Because what you guys don't know is that this is I'm not my main channel, this is my secret channel. And I have another main channel and I have my other social medias. I'm working on the different things with that. I have a newsletter I'm working on and all these different things with business and my social media that I have to grow to, so I can show proof, so I can eventually get hired with other companies. And I eventually just want to grow and be able to focus purely on my own content and all my different channels and social media, and not have to work for anyone. And that's the goal. And working on online college, I don't really have a reason to go outside of the house most of the time, honestly. Um, yeah, it's like I'm at home like 99% of the time. A lot of time in my room or maybe on the couch, doing my work or work on social media stuff. And I eat, work on my habits. I'm also cooking, and that's kind of my life. I'm just bettering myself, and I'm just at this state, or I'm just purely locked in and focused on my goals. And it doesn't always feel good. Like, no one wants to showcase that. No one wants to tell you that it does not feel good all the time. They always want to be like, it feels so good to work towards your goals, but like sometimes it just purely doesn't. And I don't want to be one of those people where I just seem like everything feels perfect. Some days it's harder. Some days, you feel great. Other days you feel kind of sad. Sometimes you feel left out. Like, I'm just seeing all my friends are going to concerts, and they're having the time of their lives in college, and sometimes I'm just like sometimes a little part of me is like, that'd be cool to be there. But then I look at the big picture and I'm like, yeah, it would feel good for a moment, but like I'm truly working to something that's bigger than myself. I have goals. I have people that rely on me. Like, I can tell you right now, like, if I was in college, if I was at a four-year university and I was, I went to one of the colleges I got accepted into and was just living that life. This channel, I probably would not be posting every single day on this. I probably wouldn't be as dedicated to growing on my other social media platforms and really building content strategies and learning and being that constant state. I'd probably be like talking with more people, socializing more, which are great things at a point. Like, there's a season, but really at this season, like, that God's really called me to, like, Jesus is just like, you just gotta lock in. Like, right now, I'm on a bulk. My face right now is like, I feel like I have like more fat on my face, which is harder. When I just look in the mirror, and I also like cut my hair, um, which I don't know if that necessarily has to do with self improvement, but like, it's just really to focus. I cut a lot of my hair. Like, one of my things I'm known for, I'm just known for my my longer curly hair, and it's something I really take pride in. Having had long hair. I still have curly hair. It's just a lot shorter now. I did it for the health of my hair, and it'll grow back. By the time March, by the time I'm done with this bulk, probably will be like the last major bulk I ever have to do in terms of what I want for my own personal growth. By the time March, I should be able to start making income off of social media. That is the goal. And be able to help more of you guys to really build this community. To see continue to see the impact that I'm making, because like, I read your comments, every single comment that you guys make. Literally, I respond so fast because it really warms my heart, and knowing that I'm truly making impact, and it's lives, it's actual people out there, actual other young men that are really focused, they're really trying to just pursue purpose over pleasure. That is my whole entire thing. That's my whole entire motto, tagline. That's like, what do you call it, manifesto? I don't know. I don't want to call it that, but literally, that's my whole entire thing. Like, purpose over pleasure. Like, pleasure feels good for a moment, but purpose, that takes you so much further in life. You want success, you have to sacrifice pleasure for purpose. You really have to live a life of purposefully living. That means you have to evaluate your habits. You have to evaluate your goals. You have to be in a constant state of becoming. You can't be in a state where you're settling. You can't be in a state where you're being like everyone else. You can't live like that. That is the thing. You can't live like that. And to not live like that, sometimes you really have to go in a period of isolation, because sadly, like, there are a lot of us online, but in person it's so hard to meet other people that are just so focused on their goals, so focused on making something of themselves. Like, you ever get like, there people just aren't tired enough of where they're at to really want to move forward. They want to stay caged in comfort. They want to stay like just locked, and they literally have the key to their own cage, but they choose to stay in their own cage because it's nice, it's safe. It's like a bird that, the cage door is open. All they have to do is push open the door and it can fly out and have freedom. But yet they want to stay within that cage. Because there's a guaranteed like small amount of water. There's guaranteed like a small amount of food, and there's at least it's a little bit of shelter. But but like the bird is only limited to seeing that small amount of the world. Whether if they were free, they might have to go start getting food for themselves and water for themselves. But they get to see the world, see a whole entire new thing. Like they can't have a mate without, flying off. Like there's so many things. And this is all just like an analogy connecting to, like, I would rather be free pursuing purpose. And it might not be as easy, and everything's not given to me. And a lot of it, you really have to keep track of yourself. You really have to focus on becoming, and look at and evaluate, being a constancy of evaluation of every single thing within your life. But I'd rather live like a life like that rather than live in a cage to where I only see a small part of the world. I see the same things that my parents did. I see the same things, and I don't mean just like physically, but I don't want to live a life where I experience the same type of poverty as other people. I don't want to experience that life to where, like, my both of my parents are not from America. They're both from South America, and like I like hearing the stories of just like what it's like to truly grow up like really like poor. Like I don't want that for myself. I don't want that for my kids. I don't want to have lineage like that. I don't want to be in a state to where, I have friends that, like, they really need help out. Like if I can't even lend them, like, a few $1,000s. And to some of you that might be like, whoa, lend a few $1,000s, that's a lot of money. And it's like, I want to be the state where like a few $1,000s I can just lend to a friend, and I might not even have to worry about it being paid back. Like I just like, here, like, you just need to get back up on your feet. Like, or here, like, I just really want to bless you. I don't just want to, take you out to celebrate. Like I want to do things with my mom. I want to do things with my family like that. I want to thank people. I want to thank the friends that I have, to not be like bullied by my wallet, not to look at my bank account and think, I can't do this, I can't buy this thing. Like I don't want to live a life to where, I'm a father, and I like my kids are they look at things in the store, and they deserve it. But I can't say, oh, you can just have it. You can just have it. Let me buy it. And you have to be like, oh, well, that's not in a budget for this month. Or like, we can't really afford that right now. Like, I don't ever want to tell my kids that. I don't ever want to have to let someone else grow up with that. I don't want to live like a life like that. Like it's not easy, but it's just necessary. You have to shift your thinking. You have to get into this state to where it's like you're so tired of it. You don't want the same things that you experience. You don't want the same thing that your parents experience, the same thing that your grandparents experience. You don't want that on your own kids. You want to change generations. And even if let's say you grew up in a wealthy family, you grew up in a thing where your family's all well off, and you experience that. You experience, like, you had nothing to worry about. But let's say your parents were, you're like, maybe your dad or your mom or both of your parents weren't home that often because they're often just focused on making money. I don't want to live a life where all my time is caught up trying to make money, to where like every single thing I have to do, I'm so focused on, just trying to keep up with having a pretty decent lifestyle. No, like, what's the point of having wealth but you have no time? Then you lost the point of wealth, because the entire point of wealth is to redeem all the time you spent. So you can spend it on others. You can spend it on building relationships. You spend it on, pouring into others, really, really helping others, building the kingdom of God. Like I don't want to live a life to where I'm bullied by trying to maintain something that I'm wasting all my time on other things, on just trying to get money. I know it's not easy to truly pursue this, to really want to give it your all, to, when you feel like the tank is empty but you still keep pushing, you still keep saying, no, I have more. There's more to me. There's more in life. And I have a responsibility. And I'm choosing to say, no, I reject poverty. I reject living in fear, living in depression, living in anxiety. Like, you reject living in mediocrity. And just being the first. Like, you might be the first person in your family doing this. You might be the first person building wealth. You might be the first successful person. And it's hard. It truly is, but it's necessary. If you really want it, you gotta keep going. Keep going, man. You gotta keep going. Don't give up. Keep pushing, keep pushing. I'm telling you, join this community. Like, even if you just need a comment and really just say like how you're feeling, like I'm gonna read it and I will truly respond and connect with others. And that is the goal, to really make everyone feel like this entire channel. I want everyone to feel connected, to feel like they're not alone. And I recently, like, a lot of subscribers and a lot of new viewers are on here, and I just want to set a precedent to everyone watching this, that hey, this is this channel, like, it's real life. It is not, this is not an edit, this is not a TikTok edit, this is not an Instagram reel. This is real life. This is, you feel a certain way, but you have to do the opposite of what you're feeling. Like, that's what it's about. It's necessary. It's necessary to leave things back in the past. It's necessary to cut off certain people. It's necessary to give up certain pleasures that felt good, but you can't. Like, you're gonna have to drop those video games. You're gonna have to stop hanging around with certain people. You're gonna have to stop doing those parties. And there are things like, there are things that you might have to stop for a time. And there's some things you just know you have to cut off completely from your life. You can't be having sex with girls. You can't be out here in the streets and saying, oh, I want a woman of God, or I want to meet the wife, like my future wife. But you're out here just having sex at parties. You're out here drinking. You're at the college, you're the college frats, and you're doing all these different things, and you're wondering why you're feeling empty. You're wondering why you feel like you can't achieve any of your goals. Why, or like you're playing video games and you just stay up all night and you have no routine and you just feel addicted, and you're like, when is it gonna be my time? When is it gonna be my time to have success? When is it gonna be my time to really break free from all these strongholds? Like, when am I finally gonna break free from depression? When am I gonna break free from anxiety? When am I gonna stop feeling like I'm chained to my bank account? Because I literally I put up a poll, and there are people like, the only people that have responded so far on the poll, they really said they don't feel financially free at all. And I don't want you guys to live a life like that. I don't want anyone to live a life like that. We can't. We have to choose. We have to choose to be on a path of purpose and success. Like, that's it's a choice at the end of the day. It's not an easy choice, but it's necessary. It's truly, truly necessary. And if you want to watch a video on truly how to break free and open your mindset and change your mind and really get a new grasp and understanding that will help you break free, watch this video right here. And I'm sure it will help you change your mindset, unlock new capacities, because at the end of the day, it's your mind that is so powerful and such a powerful tool. And it really shapes and changes your reality. So watch this video right here.